on the Discovery, kind of in his normal station, but apparently in a captain's uniform, but still with this Kaminar pin. We're guessing it's some kind of Kaminar pin, I guess. So speculation, I think, maybe he's some kind of, there's something tied to Kaminar, maybe, even though it's part of the Federation now, so being an ambassador doesn't make sense, but I don't know, there's something going on there. There's some kind of link.
Whatever it is, I hope we actually get to see some Kaminar stuff. I would like to actually see what it looks like there in the future and spend a little time.
We're guessing it's Kaminar, but there is a shot of Saru not on the Discovery in the trailer, so it's almost certainly Kaminar, because usually they only put stuff from the first couple episodes in, and we know he starts on Kaminar, so right. That makes sense.
Hopefully it's not just him telling a story and then we just see it for 1 second.
Yeah.
There were some other updates. Anthony Rapp said that Adira and Gray will sort of get their own story and not just be part of the Culber-Stamets family story. So we'll see where I'm still on the fence about what's going to happen with Gray and what I want to happen with Gray. But I do hope we're getting more into Adira. And what I'm actually really interested in is Adira as with the symbiont. I feel like we kind of lost that thread.
Didn't we see the Trill in the trailer rejoining the Federation? So hopefully there'll be more, kind of Trill mythology. I'm glad for them to have their own story so that Stamets and Culber can have their own stories. And Culber can have more doctor stories, and Stamets obviously can have more science storylines because he, that's what he said in his interview with us. So it makes sense. And of course the ghost boyfriend thing is got to go away soon. So
please. Doug also mentioned your favorite romance, or a little spark of romance. Does look like he's going to see Tarina again, who was the Vulcan Navarre president.
His Vulcan girlfriend.
Yeah, sorry, that's actually more accurate.
We know she's back because there was a couple shots of her in the trailer, right? There's one where, it's kind of implied they rejoin, or at least get friendly again with the quasi-Cardassian Federation president.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an interesting shot of her mind melding with Book. And this is the trailer that came out in April, by the way. There isn't a new trailer. So when I keep on mentioning the trailer, there's nothing new in case you missed it. But there's something going on with those two. Who knows? Maybe it's just to help Book channel his superpowers better.
Well, and Anthony Rapp mentioned in one of those interviews that he gets some good scenes with David Ajala in season 4, which he did not get before. So obviously we know they both can control the spore drive, so they must be collaborating in some way. Would be interesting if there's a rivalry there too. So we'll see how that goes. But I love when they put characters together who are not usually together.
Have we ever got clarification from all of these panels?
I'm already going to guess no before I hear the rest of the question, but go for it.
On exactly what the deal is with Book, and how many of the people from his planet have the same deal, and how many of these people with whatever this thing is, this empathy thing, can, will be able to control spore drives.
So initially I had thought, it's all of his people, but you kept asking that question, and now it's been a while since I looked at it, but I feel like I was doing some rewatching over the last few months, and there was a mention that it's not everybody. It's only some of them.
Well, we think his brother can do it too, but
we think that's why he calls him his brother. Right?
Yes. Yeah. They're like a brotherhood of the special
telepaths or whatever.
Yeah, empaths.
Empaths.
The question is, does Starfleet want more spore drives? Because now that they've got this planet of dilithium, do they, is dilithium plentiful again?
It still can't do what the spore drive can do.
Yeah, exactly. So the spore drive still has a special purpose anyway. So one would think they'd want a whole fleet of them, and that all the people from Book's planet were suddenly the coolest guys in town.
Yeah, I would want a fleet of them. So, yeah, I agree with that. And then they did a little production talk. Basically, Doug said that it usually takes 8 to 9 months to shoot a season of Discovery, and because of COVID protocols, it took 11 months, which actually isn't that bad. He said they had a couple of stops and starts, and someone had asked him about the longevity of the show, and he said, he was told they had a 5-year.